Hey guys, so today I'm going to take you along the orchard. It's long awaited. I actually tried filming this video a few weeks ago, but we have just been hounded with wind every single day for like over 2 weeks. And I just didn't want to be out here in that crazy wind, which is normal for our area. But I just wanted to show you guys the orchard since I have a calm morning and kind of like what's going on. It is the middle of June. 2023, and just kind of show you guys what's going on. I will mention that we have had, and I think I mentioned it before, just an extremely wet spring, so it's kind of taken a toll on some of the peach trees. We got like a late frost, so you'll see that I don't have very many peaches growing, but that's okay. I got plenty last year, and I'd rather the plants be happy with water. So I'm going to start over here at the far end. This is my Granny Smith apple tree, and as you can see, the thing is just loaded with apples. We have just got tons of apples coming in. Very excited. This tree is in desperate need of a prune, but I'm kind of selfish and I want to get the fruit first. So I'm actually going to take this whole limb, which has like a bunch of these branches, and I'm just going to chop that whole thing off, and I think it'll help it a little bit. Might not be happy next year with some fruit, but I think in overall the tree will be healthier once I do that. I am trying to plant a climbing rose here on this obelisk, but I think squirrels are just chowing down on the leaves because, as you can see, it's kind of just suffering. Well, I hope you can see it's kind of shaded out, but they just, I don't know, they're not doing too well. It's still alive, it's still green, but just something is eating away at that poor rose tree, or rose bush, I should say. But I think it would just be pretty here just having this beautiful obelisk full of roses. So that is the hope. This is my Honeycrisp apple tree. This is, and I will mention, this is the first year I'm going to be getting apples from these trees. These trees are 3 years old. I planted them bare root. So excited to get some Honeycrisp apples. At least that's what it's supposed to be. So hopefully they turn color. And this one's actually more green than my Granny Smith apple tree. So yeah, it's kind of, we'll see how that plays out. This is my suckle pear tree. This is the same, well, I put this in the same time as my apple trees. It's also bare root, but I got a few pears this year. I got, I think, 1 or 2 last year, so it hasn't been much of a giving tree, but again, it's still young, so I think we'll be okay. I'm trying to figure out what's going on over there. My animals are making noise. But anyway, so I have, some pears that I'm looking forward to trying. I love pears. This is my Capulin cherry tree. This is new this year. I got this from, I believe, Lowe's. It wasn't a bare root. This is actually the one that's native to Mexico, so it's supposed to be able to handle more heat. No cherries. I don't know if I'll get cherries, maybe a year or two. I was kind of hoping that this tree, this is my Black Tartanian cherry, I was hoping that this one would give me cherries this year because it is put in the same year as my pear and my apple trees, but it just has not given me much, so I don't know what's going on. We did get a lot of cold weather this year, so I was kind of hopeful that, it would be happy with that, but nothing so far. That's okay. I'm going to be patient and see what happens. This right here is my Satsuma plum. It is ginormous. This one desperately needs a prune as well. I do have plums. They should be ready, I would think, within a month or 2, but they're still green. So hope you guys can see. It's kind of morning, so the sun's like right on me. But yeah, it does give me a lot of plums. I got some plums from it last year, but I had to pick them off before they were ripe because the birds just were attacking it, and it wasn't that great. So I'm hoping they taste better this year. My almond tree, I showed you guys this almond tree in a different video. It was covered in blooms, but then we had a snap, like a late frost. and it just killed all the flowers. So I'm not going to get any almonds this year, but it's still happy, still living, and I'll just take it for what it is. It's green. This one is my Hellhaven peach, and I mentioned that the late freeze kind of killed off all the flowers and blooms, so I didn't get as many peaches on it as I'd like, but I do have some. There's a few right there. So this peach tree is very good. I think it tastes really delicious. I love peaches. This one is my California Comfrey. This one suffered a lot. I think this is the only, oh no, I got two. I got two peaches, you guys, on this whole tree. This thing again was covered in blooms, but just that late frost killed a lot of the blooms, and unfortunately my peach tree suffered. So kind of sad about that. My fig tree died. Too cold for it this year, so I don't know that I'm going to replant another fig. I'm thinking of putting another plum tree, Santa Rosa plum, so we'll see how that pans out. And I do have another space for one more tree, so I'm kind of just waiting to see what I really want. This is new. This is my apricot. Got this from Tractor Supply. It was not bare root. I tried twice to plant a bare root apricot, 2 different seasons, and both have died. So I decided I'm not going to do bare root this time. I'm going to try with, obviously it was a potted plant. So far so good. So we'll see. Time will tell. It has to make it through the winter and next season, and then we'll go from there. But fingers crossed that makes it. Apricots usually do pretty well in my area, so I'm very hopeful. Pomegranates. I did prune this thing back a lot because there was a lot of weird growth, and it is bushy. It's more bush than tree. I have a few pomegranates growing on it. Here's one. You know, a lot of these are probably male flowers, but you know, I'm hopeful to get a couple pomegranates this year. I'm gonna leave it alone this year. I probably won't prune it because I did, like I said, a heavy prune last year, and it's doing okay. It came back. It's looking full and pretty. Just would love to see more flowers on it. My strawberries, these are I showed you guys this before. These are the ones I ordered, and they came looking so sad. These are the Seascape. I think I said they were Ozark, but they're Seascapes. Strawberries are so delicious. I just wish that they would be a little bit more abundant. So keep an eye on that. I might have to give them a little bit of fertilizer, but they're doing good. My car orange tree is still alive. I covered this thing up heavily in the winter because we usually cannot grow citrus, especially in ground. My husband was determined to put this in the ground, so we did. I was not hopeful for it. I still don't think we'll ever get fruit from it, but it looks pretty. It's green. We did cover up heavily with burlap over the winter, and it stayed green. So we'll probably do that again in the winter just to keep it happy. Again, I don't know if we'll ever get fruit from it, but it's still green and thriving. So it is what it is until we need that space. If it doesn't ever produce, it's going to stay put. And that is it for the orchard tour. Here's a look from the other side. I'll show you guys updates on the grapes in another video, which are over here. They're kind of doing some weird stuff. Yeah, grapes, I don't know. I'm still learning with grapes, guys. If you guys have any tips for that, let me know. But I am hopeful for my fruit harvest this year, which is going to be amazing. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.